in a godly home, in a sanctified home, in a godly household. H, there is no hatred or harmfulness. There is no hatred or harmfulness. O, there is no offensiveness and obstinacy. No offensiveness and obstinacy. There's no part of the family endeavoring and making up their minds to be offensive to the partner or to the spouse, just to irritate the husband or irritate the wife. Number 3, L, there's no leaven of malice, leaven of anger, leaven of injustice, leaven of oppression. There is no leaven or lawlessness that the husband can go out without even telling the wife, I'm the husband. Or the wife can go out visiting without telling the husband. We're law abiding, and love means that we confide in each other, we relate with each other, and we do the things that is right. I know insincerity or insensitivity. Insincerity between husband and wife, and they're talking from the side of the mouth. In their heart, they know the absolute truth, and yet in talking to the wife, is going to be insincere. He tells a story, he fabricates a story that is not true, to get the man on the go, chasing shadows. He's telling a story, and a story that is not true, to get the wife on the go, chasing shadows and chasing mirage. There is no insincerity, there is no insensitivity. In a godly home where holiness abides, there is no nagging or neglect. Nagging, always complaining, always murmuring. You put this there, why is it not there? You took that from there, why did you put it there? Why did you remove it from there? And you acted like this and you acted like that. Remember, that's exactly what you did 1 month ago. And nagging and nagging and nagging. That's not a sanctified home. That's not a holy home. That's not a happy home. And that is not a home where God is honored, where the word of God is obeyed. No nagging or neglect. We don't deliberately neglect our wives. I'm going to church, and then you stay in church all day. By the time you come back, almost everybody is asleep. There's no fellowship, and they are so married to the church and married to the denomination that the wife is feeling all alone and lonely, and there is no fellowship. That's not a holy home. If we're going to carry holiness to our homes, holiness to our household, holiness to the place we live, there'll be no nagging or neglect. There is no enslavement or enmity. Enslavement, keep the wife in bondage. That's not Christianity. Give the wife in prison, house prison. That's not holiness, and that's not Christianity. Enslavement, or some, they do it to the husband, and they command the husband, stay there. Don't stand up from there. Don't leave the house until I come. And you think it's a militant soldier talking, the wife talking to the enslaved husband. In a happy home, in a holy home, in a home where there is holiness, all that enslavement, all that enmity will not be there. In a holy home, there is no stranger, there's no substitute. There is no strange woman that comes in that the man is giving attention to. He has no attention for any strange woman. That strange woman may come from the same village, no attention. That strange woman may be the old girlfriend. When you were still in sin and you are not born again, there's no attention. That strange woman may be a lady you just met in your place of work, and we can eat together, we can dine together. There is no chance and there is no allowance for the stranger and for a substitute. There will be nobody that will become a substitute for your wife, your junior sister living with you, or a woman that has been given to you to help in the household. There'll be no stranger, there'll be no substitute. There is no self-seeking, there is no selfishness. Where there is holiness in the home, there'll be holiness in our homes. It starts with holiness in the heart. It's an experience that you have, that the Lord circumcises your heart, makes your heart holy, and makes your heart sanctified. Holiness in the home. Holiness in the home. It tells us in 1 Thessalonians. I'm reading from chapter 4, and I'm reading from verse 3. 1 Thessalonians chapter 4, verse 3. For this is the will of God, even your sanctification. This is the will of God, even your sanctification, that ye abstain from fornication. Paul, have you forgotten you're talking to believers, and you're talking about being saved and now sanctified, and you are bringing in, we abstain from fornication? Paul says, yes. The maid at home, the helper at home, when your wife is not there, between you and that maid, that's when to preserve sanctification, holiness. Look at verse 4, that every one of you should know how to possess his vessel in sanctification and honor. That you don't do anything in the absence of your wife. And if you are the wife, you don't do anything in the absence of your husband that will dishonor you and dishonor your husband, dishonor your wife, and dishonor the family. You don't do anything that your children will hear, and then they have so much shame, they cannot go out of the door. Everybody has known what daddy did and what mommy did. Sanctification, holiness must be in the home. Holiness at home, holiness in our relationship.